Something happens to you when you leave this town. The farther away, the hazier it all gets. But me, I never left. I remember all of it.
To the losers.
We made an oath.
Swear? If it isn't dead, if it ever comes back, we'll come back to it.
We didn't stop it.
Pennywise.
The clown. We can't let it happen again.
Hello?
Kid! Kid! Hello.
For 27 years, I dreamt of you. I craved you. I've missed you.
We need to finish it. For good.
I've seen all of us die. It consumes us from the inside until we don't have a choice anymore.
You lied. And I died. You lied! And I died!
Welcome to another episode of the Man About a Dog Movie Podcast. I am the Ultimate Movie Geek, and I am joined by Mrs. Movie Geek and Freya.
Sister Movie Geek.
Freya. Yeah, so hello, how are you two?
Great.
Alright, yeah.
We sound so excited.
Yeah. It's been a while since we've done a podcast, and tonight we're going to talk about two films. One film that was released in 2017 and one that was released a couple of weeks ago. It, Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. Silence, well done. So, you gotta throw something, come on. So, It Chapter 1, right?
I've only seen it once.
You saw it the other night. You've seen it twice.
Yeah, but I didn't watch it properly. It was on in the background when I was doing stuff. I did watch it again.
You watched it with me the other night.
No, I've got 3 kids. I have a lot on my mind. I can't remember these things. Yeah, we watched it before we went and watched the second chapter, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The night before.
Yeah.
Which was Tuesday. No, Wednesday. Yeah, Tuesday night. We saw it. What did you think of that? It was a bit of a sleeper hit. They didn't expect it to do as good as it did.
I don't know why though, because it was big back in the 90s.
Yeah. I don't know.
I suppose remakes, as
And
a rule, don't tend to do very well, do they?
Well, some do, some don't. You're right there. Quiet.
I preferred the first one to the second one.
Why?
I don't know, it's just, I think the second one, chapter 2, was just very long and they tried to fit too much into it. Whereas
Well,
the
it was
first
long.
one was really succinct and I don't know, you didn't feel like it was that long. I'll tell you what I didn't like about the second one.
Okay.
Too much CGI. Yeah.
But there was CGI in the first one.
I know,
No.
but there was too much for too long periods of
In
time.
when? Which points?
Like at the end. The end part.
Yeah, but how you supposed to? What you fighting this alien clown monster thing that can take any form? you can't do what they did in the 90s for audiences now. You've got to use CGI.
Yeah. I struggled with the CGI on the kids though.
That again, that's,
it looked ridiculous.
Again, that's a thing where
What
the
was that?
aged.
What did they
Did you
do?
not see like on
Richie's
Richie's face?
guy with the glasses and the one who had the inhaler, they were CGI'd young because they've obviously done these reshoots for the second one, and they've grown, so they've had to youthify them because you know what the guy looks like
kids,
from Stranger Things.
Right, yeah, I get you now.
So they've had to youthify them, and it did look a little bit off, especially.
It did.
And you know what?
I don't think I noticed.
The kid Richie's hair wasn't like it was in the first one. It was like combed down.
I know.
And you think they'd try and do it so that it looked similar.
And the kid with the inhaler, when his mouth was moving, it just looked like it was a game.
I don't think I noticed any of this.
Did you not?
No.
I did, because I was like, it just doesn't look right.
Alright, let's talk about the story. Spoiler free. Someone tell me what the story was.
Well, we're starting at the beginning.
The beginning. The very beginning.
Group of kids live in Maine, of course, it's a Stephen King novel.
Yeah.
They live in a shithole of a town where nothing... Oh, do you know, it's in Little Our Town. Nothing ever happens. And they're kind of outsiders, aren't they, with
So
not many
those
friends.
Grizzly kid murders that happen.
Yeah, but they don't know that because it hasn't happened for a generation.
27 years.
Yeah, that's a generation, you dick.
I'm not...
Do you think a generation is?
Keep going.
So, well, you've interrupted me now. So, yeah, just kids, aren't they? And they're like friends, and there's the typical, it's a bit like Stand By Me, there's a bully in it who's a right
Stephen
absolute
King,
psycho.
Proper psycho.
Well, they were. Every Stephen King film has the kid friends, the bully who is on the verge of murdering.
Yeah. And they're sort of drawn together, aren't they? There's a couple of outsiders who come into their circle, but they're all connected by, they started, well, this is the new one, seeing visions of this clown.
Yeah.
Pennywise.
Yeah. And then it kind of escalates. You've got your new lad, who's the fat lad, who's the fit one in the future. Well, at the time, she wouldn't have pissed on him if it was on fire, would she? Let's face it.
She would have.
She would not.
She would. They were all friends.
Yeah, but not in a...
You haven't read the book. You don't know what she'd do.
Have you?
I have read the
You
book.
haven't fucking read the book.
I
You
read the
listened
book
to the
in
book being
2007.
read. That's
Hey.
different. It's not reading the book.
I read the book. I could tell you about it.
Reading a book, you get your own interpretation of
I've
it.
got my own interpretation with someone acting out the characters for me.
Yeah, whatever. Lazy man's way of
Audible
reading.
is great. It saves time.
Lazy.
Oh my god, you're like Chris.
Lazy.
I got Chris onto Audible.
Oh no way.
Dyslexics rule, that's what that is.
I love reading a book.
I do. Anyway,
Yeah.
We digress.
Anyway.
so are we talking about what we're talking about? Just this version? Or any
yeah,
version?
we'll just talk about this, but you can compare it to other versions if you want, because there is a there's
But
only
then,
one
well,
other version.
yeah, and then they start seeing, so they become a force together, don't
Yeah.
they? And together that they're stronger and stuff.
Which
and
I
that's-
always found I think the 90s version got it better in that sense, where like similar to the book, where the group together have more power over
Yeah,
it.
because they're not scared of it when they're together.
And I think that for It Chapter 1, I think that's what spoiled it for me, because I'd literally just finished the book and then we went to see the film.
Do you know what I heard?
Wow.
That they didn't use a little kid with his asthma gun to say battery acid. I loved that out of the
I
first
don't
one. That
remember
was my
that.
favourite bit, when he squirts him with his inhaler and he goes, battery acid. That's brilliant. I was glad they didn't use that in the remake.
Right. Anyway, what was I saying? I can't remember. So yeah, it's and in the Chapter 1, they sort of rally together and then just beat the crap out of the clown, and I don't know if I like that much.
I think it was obvious that it was never going to get rid of him, what they did, and he just sort of... Are we allowed to say what happened? Is this
Well, in the
spoilers?
second one.
No, in the first one.
First one, yeah, so you can spoil the
Oh,
first
He just
one.
chucks himself down a tube, doesn't he, like a drainage shaft or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And they assume he's dead because his face starts, like, disintegrating.
Yeah, so he pretends, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Could say that he could do that at any point, couldn't he?
But, like, I don't think they explored enough about her being in the deadlights and stuff.
What do you mean?
Because they barely touch on it in the second film.
Sequel?
Yeah, and she's the only one who came out of that.
It was funny because like when we rewatched it the other night before we saw the second one, I noticed a line from it where she says that she saw them all older.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I think I looked at you and you were on your phone or whatever. And
oh yeah, at the end.
Yeah, and then obviously that comes up in the second one.
Yeah, she did. I noticed that.
But they add a little bit more in the second one. It also felt to me that they hadn't. What's the word? They hadn't planned for the first one being as successive as it was.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
And that's why there's many like reshoots or use of the younger cast. And it is obvious, like you saw the CGI. It seems like they didn't plan for.
Yeah.
Or they did plan for the sequel, but they didn't want to do as much as they did.
They didn't put a lot of effort into the sequel. I don't think.
I think they did.
No, I don't.
They focused more still on the kids. A lot of it was still carried over
in the
from
past.
the
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
film.
So all right.
So the adult actors, you can't. I don't know. They weren't on screen half as much.
No, and I think you don't get as close to them being adults as you would have if they were predominantly on the screen.
I found it funny how Bill wasn't sort of front and centre.
He wasn't at all, was he?
No. And they kept hinting that, if you say it, Bill, everyone will join in.
Yeah.
But
No,
he didn't
really
get that
have
at the
much.
adult bit. He didn't look like he had a lot of pull.
And
He's just a Scottish guy, isn't he?
And he-
his
Not knowing
accent.
that, no.
But he just went off on his own as well, and I was a bit like, why are you going away from the group? It doesn't really make sense.
I'll tell you what I found weird as well when they were doing obviously in the first part, each child had an individual experience on their own with Pennywise. Like Ben was in the library, researched, and he was the one who realised it happened every 27 years and it had been going on since the 18th century. And his was scary, wasn't it, in the library?
Yeah.
With
the balloon.
Yeah, and the balloons and the kid running after him.
Coming down the stairs and then that skeleton thing falls down the stairs.
They all had one. Bill's was awful because it was little Georgie in the basement.
Oh, hand puppet Georgie.
Yeah.
I thought that was great.
Yeah, I didn't notice that until you pointed it out that it was actually him.
He's like
wasn't
just
it?
controlling
I didn't like that at all.
It was just part and extension of Pennywise.
There's another thing with
and the one whose parents burned to death, that was horrible. Like you
Yeah.
could see all the hands
saw
and
the
that
hands
coming out.
I didn't really understand that. In the first one, they seemed to.
They didn't touch on, I don't think, in
No.
the first one, that he was a baby
Yeah.
and that they were drug addicts and all that.
Yeah,
I don't remember gleaming that from it.
No.
So I don't know if they've just chucked that
I
on.
thought it was something else, but it wasn't. What I liked about the library scene as well in the first one was you
The
saw
woman,
Pennywise.
Pennywise is there, and I didn't.
No.
Didn't realise until we watched it the night before. Yeah, because that lady just appears and then she stood, but
She
she's
brings a book.
blurred, and that it's like the movements in
It's
it
so
of what
creepy,
she does.
yeah.
It's like, it is
Doesn't
Pennywise.
she bring a book over to him first and say you should be out with your friends?
Yeah, and then
she does,
disappears,
yeah.
But then, it is him in the background.
That is a creepy
brilliant.
scene, that.
But in the future one, so in the second chapter, you start seeing where they're seeing different bits and they have an
Yeah.
experience with him. Like the guy whose mum's strapped up in a basement.
Oh, yeah.
I really like him.
Oh,
yeah.
He's probably my favourite
Eddie.
character.
He's hilarious.
Yeah.
And didn't they get a good likeness with the actor as well?
Oh, it was brilliant.
All
He
the
was
casting.
just spitting image.
Yeah.
All the casting was
Yeah,
brilliant.
I really like that.
The guy the bully, the mental guy who killed his dad.
He
Yeah.
looked perfect, didn't
The
he?
old adult guy could have been his dad.
I
in
know,
real
he
life.
could,
It was
yeah.
crazy. But in the second one, where they were all getting revisited and having that experience again, you didn't see Bill's. Not Bill, sorry, the Ben.
Ben?
Yeah.
You did? Oh, you didn't see him
No,
go
you didn't
through it.
see him.
You just saw him remember it.
Yeah.
But the reason why is because he took his with him. He had the thing, the token. We're going into sort of spoilery territory.
I think we should just do it.
We'll just do spoilers. All right, we'll go into it. Right, so they all had to get tokens, didn't they, for this ritual of Chud?
Yeah.
Right, and Ben had his token on him. He had taken it with him. He'd always
it was
been
his
in love with
yearbook,
Beverly,
wasn't
hadn't
it? Yeah,
So
so
he
he
had it with
remembered
him.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
but he didn't remember Pennywise or out, did he?
No, as soon as you
Well,
leave,
maybe
you
that
forget
explains it
everything,
then. I just didn't get why, because in in the first version, it was brilliant. Do you not remember? Kiss me, fat boy.
But that's it.
And he has the makeup on his face, and I loved that because I thought it was dead funny because he's so disgusted, and he's kissed Pennywise, and he's got all his clown makeup on him. And I mean, Tim Curry, I don't think you can beat Tim
Kiss me,
Curry.
fat boy.
Yeah.
But that did carry over into this.
Only a couple of times, yeah.
He's in the locker with him, and he's like, it's brilliant. But no, yeah, I found that the first one, I was, if you look back at our review, we did a review for this in our first Halloween countdown.
Yeah.
And I think I came across as a bit disappointed with it because there wasn't enough in it, and it didn't bring the kids back together. Now I think they tried to rectify that with the second one because you got the whole backstory of the clubhouse, underground clubhouse, which is a big part of the book.
They should have done that in the first one because that was the first we heard.
Because they when they walk down to the,
They show you him starting it, don't they? But that's it.
Did they?
Yeah.
They
build a dam and all that, don't
That's
they?
the 90s.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, no. Yeah. In the chapter 1, they don't really do this.
No.
And that's probably why chapter 2 is so long, because they're filling in more backstory, which they should have done
ages ago. Yeah.
But obviously they didn't expect how successful it was going to be.
I don't know why.
Because for horror, it was. I think it made the most money for an R-rated film, and then was beaten by Deadpool afterwards, or I can't remember. But it made so much money. So yeah, are you looking at Daddy Longlegs?
Yeah.
No.
To Daddy Longlegs.
I don't like it.
It's a fly with long legs.
Yeah,
it's like a spider.
Daddy Longlegs.
Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it. It didn't, so nothing scares me though. So it didn't scare me. There's a couple of bits that I jumped at.
Yeah.
And I don't like the bits when that happens. I hate the beginning part of chapter 1 where they rip George's arm off and he's crawling along the floor.
That's it, isn't it?
I hate it. Can't watch it.
It's the fact that he's on his own and he's screaming.
But hold on, right? I don't know if I'm just like dead inside, but that doesn't scare me. Like, it's really sad that he got his arm ripped off. But do you know, like when Pennywise's face, like opens up and that, as soon as they go gory, I'm not scared anymore.
I know what you mean.
I want to see things. I want to imagine things.
Yeah, creepy stuff.
I want it to like
your imagination
set it up.
Is more scary than
my imagination is scarier than what I see. I don't want it all to be played out, and I feel like the second chapter was more like that, too gory. Whereas they could have done things more.
There was a scene in chapter 2 which I think was possibly one of the best.
Which one?
In the whole of the 2 films. It's where they're in the mirror house.
Right, that was scary. Because that is scary. Those places are scary in real life.
How mechanical he was doing it.
Yeah.
If any of the listeners have been to Blackpool,
I don't like it.
You alright?
No, I hate that thing.
If you ever go to Blackpool,
is this Noah's Ark?
No, the clown, the laughing man,
Blackpool. At Blackpool,
you must have seen the laughing man.
Wait, is he just like on that?
He's on a chair, like on a crown.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
he spins around.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't like that. No.
Oh, I used to stand outside it and cry when I was little.
We've stood outside it and cried when we've been adults, don't we?
Right.
But yeah, it was like that.
Yeah.
And it seemed mechanical and horrible, and he was just smashing his head against the thing to get to the kid. It's fucking scary.
Mirrors are scary though, as well. Like they're just those sort of rooms and mazes.
And there was the little girl one as well.
Yeah, that was sad.
Wait, what was that again?
The one who had a birthmark.
She followed a glitterbug? No.
A firefly.
Firefly underneath the bleachers at a game.
Oh yeah, that was scary. I really didn't like that bit.
Yeah, because he used his own his disfigurement. And
yeah.
He said, "I know how you feel," and he got her on side.
And then she felt sorry.
And she was dead untrusting of him.
Yeah.
And then
You're
he got her on
side.
Going. And then he bit her face off.
And then he's like crying, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, he got rid of the birthmark.
But it is unusual for. I don't say that. I got rid of it. But it's unusual because, like, in American films, like, I watched The Butterfly Effect, right?
Yeah.
And for years, I'd watched a different version of other people.
Wait,
how? I didn't realise they made 2 endings.
Because you had an illegal version, I think.
I'm questioning whether if that ever happened in the American version, because they don't like sad endings, do they? They don't like things like that.
Oh, right.
What, kids dying?
Yeah.
No, I think it will be in there.
Yeah.
There was a deleted scene. You know, in chapter 1, where Ben's he's in the library and he's looking at a picture of a woman by a well, and she's holding a baby.
Yeah.
Do you remember? No?
No, I don't want to see your phone. Go on.
Alright. There's supposed to be a flashback of it taking the form of a human around that time when that picture was made. And he chases this woman with a baby into a hut. I've heard this from somewhere, and I'm just reiterating it. But what happens is, he says that he will let her go and disappear if she leaves the child. And the woman agrees, leaves the room, and then it gets the baby.
That's horrible.
Well, yeah, so that's been deleted from that. So I don't think the bleachers bit will be deleted.
Yeah.
Because it's a good scene because it shows how weak he actually is. I think, because he is hiding underneath the bleach. I think he's weakened after the first film, and that's why he takes the guy at the beginning.
Yeah, because he picks on an adult, doesn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah, he doesn't pick on children, which are his main targets.
Yeah.
But it's just everything your nightmares are made of as a kid, innit, really? Like, don't go into dark places, don't go into, with your mates, like, abandoned places and forests and...
The sewers.
And let's face it, clowns are just creepy.
Yeah, they are.
That'd be the first... If somebody showed I was a clown when I was a kid, I'd have been out of there.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have made me go over there and have a crack with them. No way.
Well, there you go.
Maybe they need to move on. It'll have to be like something taking the shape of an Amazon fire.
Well, that's it.
Or an iPad to get a kid interested these days.
Well, you see it in that flashback as well. The bit where Mike drugs Bill, and he sees a flashback, doesn't he? Did anyone recognise? It was kind of like the Deathly Hallows flashback. Do you remember the story?
Yeah, it was a bit, yeah.
It's like animation, which was quite good. But he took a form of a bird, and in the book he does that. There's a lot of forms that he does take in the book, which they've used in small bits, yeah. But yeah.
It was good. I enjoyed it, and I think if you're a fan of Stephen King or you like it and you like scary films, then watch it.
Yeah.
I certainly don't think it's as good as the 90s version. That's just
Do you
my
not?
no.
But the 90s version had its arm tied back because it was a bit more
cheesy.
I think it was network TV as well.
Yeah, but it was cheesy, but I don't know, I just think the acting was better.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's acting?
John By Walton.
Fuck off.
Hey, John, don't you be dissing my John By Walton. I used to love watching him on a Sunday.
Get lost. I think you should watch the 90s version again because it's not.
We watched
as good.
it not that long ago.
I know.
I think I need to watch it.
I enjoy it, but it is.
I'll tell you what it's got that film ain't got.
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry. No. You can't beat Tim Curry. The guy who plays the clown in this is scary. And I don't know if he did it in the first film, but he did in the second, and I noticed it this time.
What?
He drools.
Yeah.
And he's talking to the kids.
It's vile, isn't it?
I think that's brilliant
and
because
it's all falling. It's disgusting. And I was like, I didn't see
Yeah.
that in the first film.
it's like he gets entranced with his food.
Yeah.
Because he is just an animal.
And it's just
isn't he? He's
pouring
just a
down
monster.
his chin, and it's disgusting.
I think he's really good.
Oh, he's good.
I do think he's scarier in the first one, though. First chapter.
Yeah, but
It just gets too animalistic in the second. And it's not scary.
No.
I like it when he's like, he's got the balloon and it's more quiet and it's like I said before, your imagination. It's just...
But if you look at like when Eddie's walking and he drops all this stuff and then the leper appears, that's him taking the form of something else, and then he's showing... There's a lot of problem with Pennywise because he's a bit of an idiot. and he likes to season his food too much.
Well, I said that he could kill him at any point.
Yeah.
But he likes to scare. And you said, by scaring him, putting fear in him, makes him taste better.
He even says it. He says the line in the first one where he's got Eddie. He's fallen through the floor, hasn't he? And he's broke his arm. And he's saying, "Oh, beautiful, beautiful fear," or whatever it is. A little bit on the nose dialogue, but it worked. But in the second one, all the losers split up. They're already weakened by...
But they've got to find the tokens on their own,
yes,
don't they?
But they're on their own. So why can't he just pick them off? You know, he killed that guy when he was thrown over the bridge, like that. If you've got one on your own, you kill him.
He wasn't as scary as the old lady as well in the Lassie's story, because in the first one, that was horrible, because that little old lady... And she was like, the more you talk to her, then the tea, you noticed all the teeth were black, yeah. And then she was drinking tea, but she was like, and then she was drinking it like a rat. No. And then she got worse, and it was just like, and then she said stuff, and then her dad appeared, so it wasn't that it was like, and he was a good actor, I thought, in the first ones. I don't think he was good in chapter 2. He wasn't as, because he's obviously abusing her, isn't he? But in the first one, it was horrible. I think he did it. He portrayed it really well. Yeah. Which in this one, I don't know.
I can't remember.
I didn't find it as disturbing to watch as I did the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem as well, they released like the glass house scene and that scene early as like trailers.
Yeah.
So there was not much to...
Quite like that in the second one, they just constantly take the piss out of Stephen King.
Yeah.
Via Bill, because Bill's the writer in the saying you
Yeah.
can't finish a book. Because I thought I'm an avid Stephen King fan, and I always think it.
Yeah.
I think Dean Koontz is mild better, to be fair, and I like that Stephen King is in it.
Yeah, I do.
He makes a cameo, doesn't he?
His acting's come along,
hasn't
it?
Yeah.
And he seemed...
But I think that kind of is trite as well, for people who are a bit disappointed like me and Freya with the ending. Because you can't change the book, they've stayed more true to the book.
Well.
And it's hard to make it any better than it is, if you will.
Because
it's an alien, whatever, thing that changes its form that's been here a long time.
To be fair, the book goes mental.
And that does lose people. That loses people. It's ridiculous.
There's no way you could go into the level of detail that the book does.
No,
just
you
because
never can.
It's...
Killer clowns are believable, aren't they?
Killer clowns are believable. And I think what
Killer
it does
clown
as well...
that's really an ancient alien. What's his
alien.
face? He'll love it, won't he? Giorgio Superloo, whatever he's called. He should have made a cameo, shouldn't he? And it'd have been brilliant.
You know what? I've been thinking I might reach out to him and see if he'll come on the podcast.
I don't think he will come.
He might. You never know.
You have to talk about aliens.
Would you be on it?
Yeah, I love him. Did you see the picture of him in Fox Mulder? David Duchovny.
It goes mental in the end because they do the ritual of Chud in the book, and that is about spoilers for the book. Oh, hang on, have you read it?
No, it's too. When am I going to have time to read?
You know what? What's good then? Audible.
No, because it's lazy.
We're not sponsored. It's not lazy.
It is a bit
lazy.
Shut up.
Nothing like holding a book in your hand and reading it.
No, I know, and I
can't really.
You know how much I like to read on holiday. It's the only time I read.
Well, in 18 years, when all the kids have grown up and pissed off, we'll read a book.
That'll be the first thing you do.
Yeah.
So there's also a big giant turtle in the book that created the Earth or whatever.
Right. See,
but no, that's folklore, isn't it? Isn't that American Indian folklore?
I know it's in Terra Pratchett.
I'm sure it is.
I think we're on the back of... Oh, no, not we, but the Discworld is on the back of a big turtle.
Yeah.
In Discworld.
I've heard something like that before.
Yeah.
I've got so many ancient alien theories racing through my head.
It is supposed to be... Part of it is on Earth, under Maine, and part of it is in space. So, you know, it's mental. You can't...
See, when it gets to aliens, that's lost me.
Just killer clowns.
Yeah. Killer clowns any day because they are scary as shit.
Although the fourth kind is scary, and that's about aliens.
Well, yeah.
No, you know
and
what?
also Signs is, but do you know why Signs is? Because you can't see.
Yeah.
I know you can see the alien at the end, but it's the build-up.
Yes.
It's the music.
It's
as
always
well.
the build-up with all that stuff.
The music's
Yeah.
excellent.
Oh,
in
that
film.
film's great.
Yeah. I do like Signs.
Yeah.
Even though it's got Mel Gibson.
I think Mel Gibson's underrated. I like Mel Gibson.
Yeah, it went off the rails though.
Well,
Yeah, but that
we all
film
go a
was
little
fine.
crazy sometimes.
Well, we all getting ready for Halloween countdown, aren't we?
Oh, was it a link for the next joke?
Yeah.
Right, so what I think for the ending, I think they beat the 90s version because the 90s version is just a spider. And now I was scared of the 90s version, but they gave it more character in the new one by having it as him, so he can communicate, whereas in the 90s version it's just a spider that doesn't communicate. And you've built up this thing between the clown and the kids and the clown and the adults, and then at the end it's just a voiceless spider. I don't know.
Oh yeah, not saying the 90s one is better in every way.
Wait, I've forgotten how this ended. That's how unprominent it was.
It kills Eddie.
Oh yeah, he dies, doesn't he? And that's where we find out that Richie's gay as well.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah. Which I don't mind.
Yeah, but you
'cause-
know he's gay from being that young, where he's constantly making jibes about his dick and women and all that. Like you had that friend, we won't name him, and he always used to say over the stuffed top. And
Oh, yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
always
yeah,
knew
yeah.
he was gay before
Yeah,
he
and then he came out.
announced it.
Yeah.
I just thought that was because he was a stupid boy.
Who?
Like Richie.
Well, it could be, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And that there's always one in the group, isn't there?
It
That's
re-
just a bit.
Usually, a lot of comedians are hiding stuff, though, aren't they? And they
Yeah.
make light of it because of their unhappiness.
But the adult, what's his name? Hader, is it?
Yeah, Bill Hader.
He
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 stole the
couldn't
show.
have been more like
No, he was brilliant, wasn't
Finn Wolf, whatever his last name is.
he? You know who his name
Wolf
is.
Hart or Hard?
Wolf Hard.
Wolfhard.
Oh, Hard, right.
Oh, I bet he's got hippy dippy parents with a name like that. Jesus,
What's his
wet.
surname?
Stage name.
Wolf. Oh, right. I thought you
Finn.
meant it was called
Is it
Wolf
Finn
Hard.
is his
Finn
first
Wolf
name?
Hard.
Yeah.
Jesus.
From Stranger Things.
Yeah, I know he's from Stranger Things.
No, the ending was good because it sort of made it this sort of it you know how I said it before, it was like it was on Earth and also in space. It split it up, didn't it? Because you had the deadlights, but you also had the physical
Yeah.
thing running around.
Yeah, because it didn't really go into it in the film, probably because it would have lost more people
Yeah.
about what the deadline. That's what I was saying, because she was the only person who got caught in there
Yeah.
and survived it.
Well, the deadlights
And then
are
the
the thing in
deadlights
the
are there at
universe
the
or
end,
whatever.
aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you don't really.
You
Well,
don't know what they are.
I
yeah.
didn't pick up on it.
No, well, they only mentioned it later on, didn't they?
Yeah.
When they tried to capture the deadlights in the box. I like that. What do you think of the ritual failing? It seemed too easy where they brought the lights down and it went in. It was just messing around with them, wasn't it?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
They
you
put the
knew
lid on
it
and
wasn't
it's a
going to do
balloon.
that. Yeah.
That was brilliant.
Yeah, but why did it fail? Was it because the second part they had to do that
I
and
think they
make it
sacrificed
small?
themselves, didn't they?
Yeah, but they didn't in the end, did they? Apart from one of them.
I don't know.
And it's a shame because he was like scared. And it's a shame for Stan. I quite like that they acknowledged that, which they didn't in the first version. Like Stan wrote them all letters, didn't he? And
Yes.
said, "I knew what was going
It
to
kind
happen."
of, yeah, it made a lot of sense.
Yeah, and he actually was probably the bravest person out of them all because he was always
Yeah.
a scaredy cat and actually went and killed himself. He just booked holiday with his wife. I'd have been gutted if I was his wife.
Oh no.
She can still go.
Yeah, but it's a bit bad taste, isn't it?
I don't know. Well, I suppose
Put
she'd
him-
have,
put him
she'd
on
have
ice.
insurance,
Put
though.
him on ice. I'm going on my holiday. I'll bury him when I get back.
Like, it's really grim, isn't it? That 2 people died out of this. As well
And a lot of
as
kids.
well as the rest of the kids.
Kids afraid that had a face.
No, I know, but like out of the whole group, like that
George
is.
with his arm off. See,
But
that, I
did
hate
anyone
that.
did
I hate
anyone
that.
kind of feel like Georgie deserved it?
No! I always think George is like
It's
our
a bit
little
annoying though,
Jonah.
wasn't he?
I think George is like Jonah. And that's why it's like, oh, because he's even got a little yellow jacket.
Yes. And
I feel like I felt more sorry for him in the original though, rather than this
He was
one.
cuter in the original.
Yeah. Not that I advocate anyone getting their arms bitten off.
Yeah.
And then it starts bleeding.
Yeah. It's good. You leave that film alone. Just go back to your Audible books, you.
I said I don't mind the first the 1990s film. It was good.
It's alright.
It was good for what it was and what they had the money for and what they had the rating for.
Yeah.
It did well. Tim Curry's brilliant in it.
He's a good actor.
I'd watch it. There's bits of it. Like, I think you get it in any film. It's rare you get a film where you just think that was amazing.
Yeah.
I yawned a few times in the cinema.
It was. I think
was
it's
too
3
long.
hours long.
Yeah.
Too long.
I didn't mind it. I love long films. I just got settled in and enjoyed it. I remember when they went down into the sewers and I was like, oh, hang on. She hasn't been covered in blood yet. And I remember reading that they used like loads and loads of blood. And that she was well up for being submerged in it. And it didn't happen until afterwards. What did you all think of the bit where he split them up again? He like I say, it is a bit stupid. He seems to split them up so that they can find their own power.
No, but you get more. You're frightened on your own. There's power in people.
Well, they found each other. Like Ben and Beverly, they found each other in their own little.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah, but then they're meant to be together, so that's probably just be part of that, isn't it?
Yeah.
January Embers.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, Christ.
Stephen King can't write.
Oh yeah, he can.
Yeah, he can. I'm joking. As well, Bill. He becomes the puppet master in his own little. He's talking to his younger self, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But
he's able to overcome that as well.
Yeah, he shoots his younger self because he knows it's not him.
Yeah. I just find he could kill them at any point, but he doesn't.
He doesn't because he wants to, like, flavour them up.
But why? You get rid of them, you can just do what you want then.
No, because he likes the chase,
But he
doesn't
said to them he'd missed them.
Yeah.
Do you not remember? He said it a few times. He wanted them to play with him.
What?
He kept saying, come and play, all the time throughout the film with them. Come and play. He wanted them to play and be part of a game.
Did he?
Yeah, he said it loads.
How did I miss that?
But do you not like? He doesn't want it to be easy. No. That's the whole point of him, isn't it?
And they're probably the only one of a few people who realised what it was and what was going on. Nobody's probably ever challenged that.
All right then. Why did he get Bowers to come back and kill him then?
It's part of the fun, isn't it?
Just throw something else in,
isn't it? The whole gang back together.
Yeah.
That reunion of friends.
Yeah. He loves it. He's like one of those little sad cousins or something that just wants like the whole family back together.
What's that mean?
Don't know, just like
he's got no friends.
He's got no mates. Like they've never done anything with their lives, but
Uncle Knobhead's kids, aren't they?
They want them all back, don't they? Back to the good old days.
He said it more than once that he wanted them to play. And he said he missed them. He'd missed them.
I know, I remember the sign that he did after the first kill. It was like, come home.
Yeah, no, he didn't, I don't think, really. He was playing with them, wasn't he? What does anything do with its bait and that, doesn't it?
So it's just a cat then?
Yeah.
Oh. Was there anything else that stuck out to you? We've had the kid under the bleachers, which was pretty cool. And the glass house one. Was there anything else?
I liked the big statue. That was good.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That
was enjoyable.
That is brilliant.
Yeah, it's quite scary.
You've got all the people in the background doing it as well. Shows that he's control over the town. Yeah. Or were they there?
I think some of it was quite political as well, like touching on the current state of America and the shit it's in. I think you could see that in it, and because it starts off with a homophobic attack.
I was just going to say that it touches on a lot of
that's in the book.
Good subject.
Yeah, I know, but it's very the way
topical,
it's portrayed.
Isn't it?
It's very topical, and some of the things that's said, I think, is quite about what's going on in the politics in America. I think that came through.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm a bit over the love triangle.
I don't think there ever was one though.
In this?
Yeah.
Do you not feel like they just like she annoys me?
Why?
She's just going kissing both of them in the second chapter.
She's just a lot more in the book.
Well, yeah, so I've heard. But I'm just a bit like... Oh.
But she doesn't know, because in the first one, she loves Bill, doesn't she?
She was sexually abused, and that can be... Not all the time, obviously, but... That
Well, she was, because she went on to marry
of being
into
something
abuser,
like that.
Well, yeah,
Always,
that was interesting, yeah.
Yeah, she went straight into an abusive relationship,
Yeah.
although it isn't always the case. But
No.
It can be. It can be.
But I suppose all of them, even though they've found success outside of Derry, are all unhappy. Like you say, there's Ben is rich. He's got a company, but he hasn't got who he wants.
Do you know who I thought that was when it first showed him? The guy at the Goonies in our Deadpool.
Oh, yeah.
I thought
he does
him.
look a bit like
But
him.
then when you look, I thought, no, he's younger than him. But on the first thing, because he's on that video call or whatever it is, I thought
Who's he video calling? I told you that.
Yeah,
it's the original Ben from the.
Oh,
90s.
was it?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's weird though, because when it showed him, I thought, oh, he's familiar. I wonder if he's going to be the kid who's the overweight kid who got bullied in that.
Eddie. What was he doing? He was an analyst in this.
A risk
analyst.
person, yeah.
And he's also married to his mother.
It's not, but it is.
It's the same actor.
Yeah, because they joke about him being 10 body masses of him, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, he was really good in that.
Yeah, and
the whole
didn't
casting
he
was
say...
excellent, wasn't it?
Didn't Richie say something like, look, you can do this, you've managed to survive?
Yeah, that's what she just said.
Oh, right.
Yeah. A woman 10 times your body mass.
That really tickled me, that.
It was good.
I thought their dynamic was quite funny.
Yeah. It was,
because
but
every time they
carried
talked, they
over.
just told each other, fuck you, didn't they?
But it's funny as well, because like I noticed when we rewatched the first one, do you remember when Richie's playing with that guy's trombone? Euphemism not intended. He's playing with a kid's trombone in the street, and they're talking down an alley, and then he comes up, and I think Eddie gives him an ice cream. But he doesn't have an ice cream for anyone else.
Oh right.
And it shows that they were close.
Yeah.
And it's just these little things that you can look back on now and
funny.
see that they've already thought this.
I liked the bit where when they talk about and they say, "Oh, put it in your next material," and he goes, "I don't write my own material," and Eddie he goes, "I fucking knew it." Yeah. There are there's funny bits like that. It's really funny.
So again, they must have been following each other. Even though they haven't seen each other for 27 years or whatever, they've obviously kept tabs on it, or they've kept tabs on each other.
Yeah, but it just like they said, everything had dulled. They didn't. They just remembered. Yeah. Some of them hardly remembered anything about the town.
Yeah.
And then others remembered it, but didn't remember anything of Pennywise.
I just remembered I grew up in Derry, Maine.
Yeah.
But it is. It's like it's the back end of nowhere, isn't it? A bit like our hometown. There's nothing memorable here. The asshole of the UK. It's not that bad.
It's the cul-de-sac of the UK.
Yeah.
One road in, one road out. We discovered that last night, didn't we?
Did.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
So they go down to the sewers. They go down to its home, and they fail at trapping it, but they succeed in killing it.
Yeah, because they make it small, don't they? Because they
you...
said it's what you want it to be, or what you... I can't remember now. But then he got scared, and that's how they changed the dynamic, wasn't it? Yeah. Because he then became scared of them all. They believed that
it was small.
Yeah, and he turned into like almost a baby form, didn't he? And then they ripped his heart out.
Yeah. Did you think that was satisfying?
No, I don't feel like it's the end.
Do you know?
No. I don't know how, though. I don't know how they would have ended it.
Oh, they could do anything. How they would end it, or
how they should have.
But that's as close as you're going to get to the book.
Mm.
And they didn't hint at what they hint at in the book, neither. In any of this, I don't think. That it is a female.
Oh.
Well, no, because it's clearly a male clown, isn't it, throughout?
Yeah, but it can be anything.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because it turned into the woman in the library, and it turned into his mum and
but
zombie.
But in the book, they suggest that, well, no, they don't suggest, they outright put in that it's laid eggs.
Yeah, it's probably why I got away with it for so long. It's a woman, the cleverer.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue.
No.
I'm outnumbered.
That's fine.
So they could say that it's maybe there is an egg.
Oh, it's like Jaws.
Or it's like Jaws.
So like when Jaws gets killed.
They send out a signal.
And then
Another one
the
comes.
baby Jaws, then turns up. Because it's Jaws' baby, isn't it, in Jaws 2?
Is it?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
If it isn't...
I don't think it was.
Well, I just always thought it was a baby.
No, I think it sent out a signal.
No, it didn't send out a signal. That's more like Ancient Aliens.
No,
It sent out a
like that. You know-
psychic mind signal to all the other sharks in the area.
Yes. Along
No,
those lines.
it was its baby getting revenge because it killed its mama.
Wasn't it, baby?
It was.
It was
Telling
just
you
a
now.
similar...
I'm telling you now, a
It
few
was
years
just-
later, it's fully grown, it went back.
Well, to be fair,
Amity or whatever it's
how many
called.
films did they have? Jaws.
4.
Yeah.
Too
4
many.
different sharks.
Too many.
Yeah.
Yeah, the second one was alright.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a suggestion that they could come back that way.
Yeah, but
I
they
just
won't.
don't think they need to
Yeah,
bother.
they won't.
Don't you think?
No.
It's
I
Warner Brothers though.
Yeah, I don't think they
What
will.
have Warner Brothers?
They'll do what they'll do is do a spin-off or
Or a
somehow.
prequel.
Yeah, they'll do something. Or like a prequel, so back in like 18 whatever, and
Now,
it'll
that
be
would
the
be cool.
the origins of Pennywise.
The origins. Of
Oh, now that I could get on board with.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be good.
yeah.
Because they're trying to build this. Well, they're not trying to build, but there's been a massive Stephen King renaissance at the moment, hasn't there? So they're redoing loads of films.
They better not touch The Shining.
No, they're not touching The Shining. But
Doing
this
Dr.
year,
Sleep,
they're
aren't
doing
they?
Dr.
I
Sleep,
know.
which is the sequel.
Yeah, and
But-
it's the same
hang on.
guy in it. Oh no, it's Ewan McGregor. Isn't
Ewan
it?
McGregor.
Playing Danny.
Yeah.
But it's not just a sequel to the book; it's a sequel to the Kubrick film.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, this is what gets me
'Cause
about.
that's nothing like the Stephen King book.
I know. This is what gets me about the new film. It's going to have to adhere to everything that happened in the film, but also tell the story of Doctor Sleep, which they can do because they are very closely linked. They are they're quite good sequels.
I have to say, the film, and I hate Kubrick, the film ending is better than the book end. The book is a bit like, oh, really? Didn't know that happened in the book.
As we know from It Chapter 2, he can't end the film.
You can't end a film, that's a running joke, isn't it? And I really do like that.
The daddy long legs landing on your head.
I don't mind, they don't bother me.
They're just big bloody spiders, aren't they?
They're not. So you preferred the ending to the film?
Yeah, we're getting into
Shining.
Shining now, though, aren't we?
Well, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. It's Stephen King.
Yeah, I prefer the ending in the film than I do to the book.
Why? How different is it?
Massively
Is
different.
it?
Yeah.
I've never read it.
Do you want a spoiler of the book?
Well, there's no
Yeah,
axe.
because I'll read it.
There's no
There's
axe.
nothing like that. It's basically because he is so lost in this illness and his delusions, he forgets to maintain the building. That's what he's there to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the bottom, and bearing in mind how big the boiler is in the hotel
Oh,
outside,
no.
the boiler explodes. So that's what the build-up is around it all.
Right, alright. But you could argue that as he's freezing to death in the gardens in the film, the boiler still hasn't been maintained, so it will go up.
Mm.
It's good. You should read Doctor Sleep before we go see the film.
Yeah,
It's
well,
out in October. No,
I will.
November.
Oh, I'll try.
It's good. I enjoyed it.
How are we giving it whatever's out of stuff?
Well, is there anything else you want to talk about it? Chapter 2?
I don't think
Is
so.
there anything that stood out to you? I'm struggling to remember. There was the giant, the statue, which was clever.
The old woman was creepy as well.
But then again, you said about CGI.
But yeah,
It
that
turned
annoyed
into
me.
a big...
See, I thought the scariest bits were the real bits and with
Yeah.
Bowers. So, like, when he went upstairs and he stabbed him in the face.
Yeah.
I thought that was scary.
Because it's real life, isn't
Yeah,
it? That
'cause
could happen.
could happen.
Mm.
And it's like, that was horrible because it was a bully from years ago and he's obviously meant to think he's puppet, isn't he? Pennywise's
Yeah.
puppet. But then he stood up for himself, didn't he?
That was hilarious, though, wasn't it? Stabs him through
he
the
stabs
chest.
him, and then it all falls out like a bit like Psycho, doesn't it? There's a nod to Psycho where
Oh,
the
yeah,
shower curtain
yeah,
comes
yeah.
out, and then he makes a joke about his hair and it's fucking perfect.
It's been 30
Yeah,
years.
but
Cut
then-
that mullet off.
30 years, man, get rid of the mullet. And it's like, he wouldn't have done that.
No.
But it was just great. It was great.
Yeah.
It was great timing in the film.
The stabbing of the cheek made me sick.
Yeah,
That was
terrible.
horrible. And
He's
then he
like,
pulled it
"I'll
out.
and he's like, she's trying to hold it
Yeah.
together.
I did like the balloon as it went past the window.
Yeah, and followed him through.
Bowers, and he
That was
he was
great.
like,
And then it was under the bed.
that was creepy. I didn't like that.
I like that as well, that he was trying to pull it. and
Pull
it
it,
wouldn't
yeah,
move.
yeah.
It's very theatrical, is
Yeah.
Pennywise, isn't he?
Yeah.
About the leper scene where he's down in the
with his
pharmacy.
mum. Yeah.
But after that, when he's an adult, and you get he's choking out the leper, and obviously he is winning because he's stronger. He seems stronger than Pennywise at that moment.
Yeah.
But then, and then you get the scene where
It puked on
it
him.
pukes on him.
That was disgusting.
Did you think it was a little bit tonally off with the music?
I can't remember.
I can't remember the music.
Oh, I think it was the same music that was used in Deadpool.
Oh, Chicago.
Can't remember. No. I don't know. Maybe put a clip in here.
Yeah. There was points where he was probably one of the strongest.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
He kind of had come, but he did that in the first one though.
I
It
was just
a bit
gonna say-
surprising. There was points in the where he was a kid,
Yeah.
and you wouldn't have thought he'd stand up when he did.
Yeah.
But I always found his character quite funny anyway, because just the way that he's like a little adult, wasn't he? Like when he was a kid, just like ranting on a...
He
and
reminds
you
me
knew
of
that
Fred
he'd
Savage.
copied
Bet
off
you
his
wouldn't.
mum.
He does, yeah.
Yeah. You're too young for that, Freya.
I know, yeah, don't get that one.
Princess Bride.
No.
Little kid.
No!
Princess Diaries, isn't it?
Princess Diaries?
Oh no,
Princess
Princess
Bride.
Bride.
I don't know what Princess
Princess
Bride
Diaries.
You don't know what Princess Bride is? With Columbo reading the
No.
book to his grandson,
No.
Fred Savage.
is? No.
I'm gonna have to educate your sister. Yeah, but it was good. I enjoyed it. I
did.
didn't like the end because I don't like all the CGI stuff. But you've got to do it because that's what the film and book is about.
Yeah.
So, and I think they were alluding to it all the way through the film that the ending's going to be shit.
Yeah. Yeah, they were.
Oh, so they were teeing us up.
Yeah.
Ah.
There's only so much you can do with an ending. That was
Yeah.
they were setting the scene.
I know, well,
for
that's
the
it,
film.
isn't it? You can't do it.
I
Can you?
did like the reflection of the kids in the window, and then it
Yeah, I
turned
like
to
that.
the adults. That was
Yeah.
good. But yeah, overall,
Yeah, well, for a
the
minute,
film was too long.
I thought it had rewritten history and they'd gone back and that everyone was all right. And that happened. I was like,
That crossed my mind as well, actually, yeah.
Stanley's all right now.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. And I was like,
It's not.
I don't get it then. What's
No,
happened?
that's
Is
not
he
what
still dead? He said he dead.
Yeah, they're all dead. Did they leave his body down there?
Yeah.
Oh, they did,
Oh,
didn't
fucking
they?
hell, it caved in on itself. How are they going to get that in?
Yeah, it was sad that.
Carry him out.
What, like 100 foot under the ground? It took years to get to them blood. Well, not years, but a while to get to them miners, didn't it?
27 years.
No, it took a few months, didn't it?
I really didn't think that he was going to die, though. That was a bit of a shock, actually.
Yeah.
But almost a bit, forgotten the word. Underwhelming.
The ending
Yeah, because he
was
just
underwhelming.
went.
His
yeah.
death.
Yeah, well, he went, didn't he? Because they were busy fighting him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you think it was not alluded to? I think like signposted because he's like, look, I was able to hurt him.
Yeah, the minute he did that, I
So
thought he's dead.
Why did he turn his
dead.
back on it?
He might as well put a red top on.
Yeah.
Well done. Star Trek. That was Star Trek reference.
Was it?
Yeah. You've been hanging around way too long.
I know.
Gosh. It was odd.
I know.
Another thing that if you look at Stephen King's books, he in some of his books, and I think he said that he will or would like to come back to Pennywise's character again. But in Dreamcatcher, one of the characters goes through Derry Manor, and there's a statue for the kids, or for the thing that happened at the end of the book in it, and it's by the Losers Club.
Right.
So it lists the names, and across it in red letters is Pennywise Lives.
Oh.
So that's set after it.
Yeah, I've seen that.
There's also another one, I can't remember what it was, which book it was, but it's someone hallucinates about a clown waving at him from a sewer grate. So the suggestion is that they didn't kill it. And you could easily say that that's what happened in this.
Well, they could have just made it think that they'd killed it.
Because it's
Well, it's
started
done it before,
to
hasn't it?
dissolve or sort of split away again in the same way as it did in...
Deadlights did go out though, didn't they?
Yeah, we did see that. But is that because the losers knew what the deadlights were at that point?
No, I don't know.
Did you like the bit where Beverly had foreseen them as adults?
Yeah.
No.
But
I didn't get it because she just said, "I've seen how we all die."
But yeah,
and she was wrong, wasn't she?
Yeah.
They didn't. I don't think they elaborated on it enough.
No.
On her like abilities.
She's not scared of Pennywise, scared of the bloody daddy longlegs.
Well, Pennywise could take the form of a daddy longlegs.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Give it a watch. It's worth a watch.
Yeah.
What would you give it then? Are we going to resurrect our pumpkins or do something else? Or balloons? I think
Give
it's
it
got to be
balloons.
balloons, hasn't it? Go on then.
I'm going
What
to
would
give
you
it 3 balloons.
Out of
5.
5.
Alright, hang on. It Chapter 1, what would you give that? Just
Probably 4 balloons.
comparatively.
Yeah.
So 4 for It Chapter 1 and 3 for It Chapter 2?
Yeah.
5 for It Chapter 1.
Really?
Yeah. I really, really enjoyed that. It
Yeah.
proper opened it up and set the scene. 2 was a letdown for me.
Do you reckon if they went back and took the scenes with the kids and cut it into the first one, if they could, do you think that would work?
They're not going to do that, are they?
No.
But
Well,
no, because the thing is about Chapter 2, I liked the fact that they kept going back.
Yeah.
But there was just too much of it. Like, there was too much
But I think
of the whole
the
thing.
kids' parts are more appealing because they're more vulnerable.
Yeah.
And they're funny.
Yeah.
They're funny when a kid tells someone to go fuck themselves. It's funny.
Yeah,
than an
that is
adult,
funny, yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Really.
The funny thing is that the book is in flashback, flash forward chapters. So
Yeah.
I think the first scene is the bit where the 2 guys get attacked and one's thrown over the bridge. And then it goes back to... I can't remember.
And I thought his remaining partner would play some sort of part.
I
as well.
did as well.
Yeah, it was just the way
'Cause
they
it was
set it
all-
up, but then I thought, no, they didn't ever then...
Kind of a non-story, really,
Yeah.
apart from setting the scene that
Well,
it
there
was
was
back.
a few of them, wasn't there? You didn't really find out what... Because, like, we were introduced to the kid, the boy in the Chinese place, who was then eaten.
Oh, yeah.
And that was
And then
Georgie, I'm sure that was
it
Georgie.
It
I
was.
think
It
it
proper
was,
looked
yeah.
like him, didn't
Yeah,
it?
I said it was Georgie from the
And
first
the little
one.
girl as well. She was... We saw her earlier on as well, didn't we?
Did we?
Yeah, she wanted to
She
win
got the hat off
toy.
the guy.
She
At
didn't get the hat, she got the teddy that
Oh,
he
the
won.
teddy that he gave her.
Was it Teddy?
Yeah.
Not the hat.
No,
yeah.
the people battered him for the
Yeah,
hat, didn't
I
they?
forgot, yeah. I thought she was battering him.
I did like when all of the balloons was just across the
Yeah, the river.
river, though. That was good.
Yeah, because that was Mike, wasn't it? Who went down... Was it Mike who went down the river and saw it all?
No, he
And
saw
then
the
saw the
writing on the
writing.
bridge.
No, he saw the balloons, didn't
No,
he?
that was the other guy.
Yeah, that was the boyfriend, I think.
Was it?
Yeah, because
Oh, I didn't know
Mike's went down.
that. Oh, yeah,
and
because he
the
saw him
writing.
eating him and
Yeah.
then all the balloons, yeah.
But yeah, Chapter 2, 3
3.
out of 5.
I'm gonna give them both 4 because I think that the first one suffers from a lack of the bonding between the kids.
Really?
Yeah, and the sequel tried to cover that by having the flashbacks.
Yeah, more memories.
So adding, because like the whole thing with Ben and his clubhouse that was dug
true.
out of the ground was added in the second one.
That
Now,
should
if
have been
you'd
in the
If
first.
that had been alluded to, I suppose what they could say is though that as they've left Derry, they've forgotten, and that's why it was omitted from the first one because their memories have changed.
The thing is, if you were having visions of a shitting clown that was scaring the absolute hell out of you, would you go off in the woods in the middle of nowhere and build your own massive thing in the ground?
Absolutely not.
Oh, would you? When did he have to? I'm not being funny. He's a fat lad. He'll have been knackered shoveling all that out, wouldn't he? He'd have been well out of breath. He did all that on his own, and having visions of a scary
But
clown.
he proper dug that out and like put structure in there.
Yeah.
Like one person could
probably
not do that anyway.
Pennywise the clown was scaring the shit
Like-
out of him. He's the bravest one in the whole
He
film,
is,
really,
yeah.
isn't he? Going off in the middle of the forest on his top.
Yeah.
That was quite funny. When Rich is in the shadows and he's like, he does the clown voice.
We all float down.
Oh yeah.
Was that what he said?
I
Oh no,
can't
it's time to float!
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
I know what you mean, but that's what I mean. They built it together in the book. And in the...
That's on your mic.
It's
It's on the mic.
It's
Yeah.
it.
The microphone. Yeah.
It'd be funny if you play it back and it says,
Yeah, I know. Float down here.
a little voice.
Yeah, so... Alright, yeah. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I don't think Warner Brothers are going to let it go. I think
I think you'll get a Pennywise Origins.
Pennywise Origins.
If they do that, then I'm not too mad about that. But they can't do any other.
Why can't they do a sequel?
No.
Why?
Because it's not written
It's
yet.
just.
You know what? I did think. When was it? It was 1986. The book was released, so it's been well over 27 years. He's got loads of time. He could have done a sequel.
He'll
to
have
it.
knocked it up. That'll be somewhere.
You think it'll have?
Oh, he's got them everywhere. He's got books everywhere.
What? Just like
He'll be
just lying
ka-chinging it
around?
in long after he's popped his clogs.
Do you reckon?
Is he still alive?
Yeah?
Yeah. Even though he got run over, didn't he?
Yeah, really bad, yeah.
Which one was it where he got run over? Oh, it's the Dark Tower books. No, they're really good.
Not if you read them.
I've read them.
yourself.
I've read them all.
Yourself not audible.
I was going to look for Audible sponsorship, but I don't think after if they hear this, they're never going to sponsor us.
Well, they don't need to sponsor us doing it. Just you.
My opinion is nothing to do with
Yeah.
They are good. They're quite good.
See, I can't stand Stephen Fry, so I won't want him prattling on to
It's
me.
not Stephen Fry.
He seems to read every frigging Audible book.
Oh
doesn't he?
wait,
every-
does he do the?
No!
Oh,
He don't.
I haven't
He does that
listened
with
to
Harry
anything
Potter,
with Stephen
doesn't he?
Fry. Well, I haven't listened to Harry Potter.
what? Can you choose different people then?
No, it don't work like
you
that,
just-
Freya. It's not like Siri. Have Siri, the Australian guy, reading your book.
I thought you could choose like who you wanted, like Daniel Radcliffe.
Michael Sheen reads a few, doesn't he?
Yeah. Who did I get?
I had a
Who
sexy
did I
dream
get?
once about Michael Sheen. I thought, oh, people.
You
Oh.
got
A sexy dream about Michael Sheen.
And that is
What
not
a-
sexy,
I know,
is
he's
it?
ringing.
Christ.
He's got a dead weird turned up nose.
Yes.
Right. I've read Pet Sematary. That was narrated by Michael C. Hall.
Oh,
Dexter.
I like
It's
him.
really, really good because he puts on the main accent as well. The old man. What's he called?
Oh, Herman Munster.
Yeah, but it's not him though, is it?
Yeah, but it is.
That's what I thought as well about Stephen King. He would have been really good in that role at this age now because he had the accent. No? Okay. I've got the Tommyknockers to read.
Oh, that's a shit film. Aliens, you will like it, Faye.
No.
Oh, no, is it? But again, those Stephen King films were all made for TV. So you had the Tommyknockers, which was... What was the guy in it called?
Oh, I don't know. He was out of LA Law.
Yes, he was. And Dexter, funnily enough.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
But you also had the other one, which was the plane. Come on.
Oh, the Gangoliers.
Longoliers.
Langoliers.
Oh my god, the longest, most weird film I've ever seen.
Shittest.
Yeah.
Oh,
film.
do you know what? I've got good memories of that because I watched it.
Meatballs
and
with teeth.
When it started, there was no snow, and I went and let my little Yorkshire Terrier out that yard when it finished, and he disappeared. It snowed that heavy. So that was that. I've kind of got quite nice memories of that. So I know it's shit.
The
but-
thing is, though, right? I don't really know what I watched. I don't know what happened in that. It was
Just
weird.
flying on a
Well, they
plane all the
land
time,
at-
aren't
No, but why are they just in that weird
Because they're
terminal?
fallen in time, haven't they? And what happens is, is it the Langoliers or these meatball type creatures that eat time.
Oh, it was
We're going
really
off the
weird.
track here.
Yeah, we are.
It doesn't matter. I like going off time.
TikTok.
Off track. This is what a podcast is.
Yeah, well, Freya's got a pack.
I am.
Well,
She's got to
Freya
piss
can-
off back down south tomorrow where she belongs.
Oh, it's wrong. It's your own fault, isn't it?
And you lot will be stuck in it with it, Derek. I won't remember you when I hit the M6.
No, south of Manchester, that's it.
That's it, isn't it? We're not anything, are we, up here?
No, I love
North-South
it.
divide.
It's good.
Mm. Yeah. So we're all looking forward to the next Stephen King film.
Yeah.
What is the next one?
Dr. Sleep.
Oh, Dr. Sleep. Yeah, I am actually.
Did anyone see... Well, I know we haven't seen it, but did you see the one I just mentioned, Pet Sematary?
I've never
one?
seen that, no.
No.
No, I
I've not even seen the original, I don't think.
You should watch
the original.
Yeah.
I want to call if I had a kid when I was little, I want to call it Gage.
Gage?
Yeah, because the kid's in it called Gage. Oh, it's sad.
It is sad.
Oh, gosh.
We watched it not long ago and
Yeah.
I still teared up at it.
Do you know when we watched it?
Halloween Countdown.
Last Ween's Halloween
Yeah.
Countdown. Last Ween's.
Sweetens.
Last Ween's Halloween's Countdown.
I'm going to watch the same films that you watch for Halloween Countdown.
Well, I'm going to put the list together tonight.
Yeah.
And next week, oh God's sake.
Next month.
Next
week, we're going to film the title sequence. You chewing your nails? That came through on me.
Sorry.
Jesus
It
Christ,
was an
that loud.
accident.
She's getting anxious. She's got a pack to go back down south.
It just like, do you know when your teeth just go and it just...
Yeah, I heard it.
It
In my
didn't bite
ears.
anything off.
Click. Hi. All right. Well, that's the end of the podcast. Thank you, Freya. Thank you, Marina, for taking part in this really
Half-assed podcast.
well, yeah,
Half-assed
podcast.
but insightful.
You two were complaining about it beforehand.
Yeah, but I got quite
You
into
got
that.
quite into it. So it worked. So that was it. Chapter 2. We only had an hour to record that tonight because Freya was travelling back down south, as you probably heard, and it was quite late. We watched it, Chapter 2, earlier in the week, and there's probably a few things we missed that originally came to our heads, but that's basically it. I enjoyed it, and you heard what the other two did now. So, yeah, so thanks for listening. You can follow me on Twitter at Movie Ultimate and on Facebook at The Ultimate Movie Geek. On YouTube, subscribe please at Ultimate Movie Geek, and on Instagram at Ultimate Movie Geek and at MAaD Movie Pod. Yeah. Give us a like and subscribe, and also if you would rate this podcast, it would be nice. But overall, thanks for listening, and hopefully next week I'll be back with either Craig for another Man About Dog Movie podcast, or I'll put up another In Defense Of podcast, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, thanks for listening, and let us know in the comments what you thought of it, Chapter 2. Was it a bit of a disappointment from the first one, or did it go the way you wanted it to? Did they plan the endings being bad by saying that Bill can't finish a book? I didn't see it as that. It was quite interesting. I don't know. Let us know in the comments, or at me at Movie Ultimate. And thanks for listening. See you next week.